Hey everybody, it's finally Friday. And thank God, because even though this is a short week, it's felt really long. And for any of you who are thinking of getting married, be prepared for the name change extravaganza, or as I call the metamorphosis. I also am having like an identity crisis and been waiting at a lot of government buildings. But I think everything is finished, and now I can do everything online. Thank you, 2014. Amazing. So, anyways, I'm glad it's Friday, and I hope that you're glad it's Friday. And it's nice here in LA, and even up in Washington where my mama is, she was saying that it's going to be hot this weekend too. So enjoy the sunshine and get out. Get out and do something. Meet with people. Hang out. Have a good time. Okay, I have 3 questions. I'm on Facebook on Fridays. If you don't know, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And we use the hashtag KatieFAQ. On Tuesdays, I'm on Tumblr. On Wednesdays, I'm on my website, KatieMorton.com. And on YouTube. Thursdays, I'm on Twitter. And Fridays, I'm on Facebook. And Mondays is my topic video. So that's just a little rundown of what I do every week. And without further ado, I have 3 questions, and stay tuned till the end for my journal topic. So question number 1. I have been diagnosed with PTSD from childhood sexual abuse. I've been seeing a counselor for years. My question is, I am an EMT and I see traumatic things quite often. Am I more likely to have flashbacks about those events because I already have PTSD? The short answer is no. The things that may trigger your own flashbacks would be similar situations. So let's say if you rush on the scene to someone and it's a child that is, being abused by a parent or something, and you come to protect them, or I don't know what kind of calls you could potentially get, but anything that would possibly trigger your own past and your own memory. PTSD isn't something that we kind of catch, and then any traumatic event will bring it back up in us. It's more of a thing that has happened to us in our own experience and what we've kind of characterized it as. And if something happens that falls into that characterization, it can stir us up and it can give us flashbacks. It can make our anxiety go through the roof. We can have panic attacks, stuff like that. So don't worry, being an EMT and seeing trauma is not going to give you flashbacks more. It just, honestly, it's just a hard job, and I'm thankful that we have people like you to come and save us when bad things happen. But when you run into situations that are similar to the trauma you experienced, it may cause flashbacks then. So you might want to let potentially your boss know if you do find yourself having these trouble with it when you come on the scene or something like that. But other than that, you should be just fine, okay? Question number 2. I am feeling strong just now and able to talk back to my eating disorder. I'm fighting with everything I can throw at it, but even when I use every other coping mechanism, I have binges. Binges still get the better of me. How do I keep trying when I keep failing? And this can be really hard, and I actually wanted to bring this one up because oftentimes I forget to mention that when we're trying new coping skills to fight our depression voice, our eating disorder voice, our self-harm voice, whatever negative voice we have going in our head, it's going to take quite a few of those new coping skills we created to override the bad negative urge. Does that make sense? So let's say I have urges to binge and purge. Now, even if I'm fighting it and I have like my coloring book and a journal and I call a friend and all these things, I may have to do like 5 or 6 of those things in order to get over that one urge to binge and purge. And so I wanted to highlight that because I know that I don't always say that, and some of you get discouraged. And the thing about this question, and she's saying if I just keep failing and I'm trying everything, that's at the point in our recovery or in our path where we need to reach out for more support. That might mean seeing a therapist 2 times a week if we're only seeing them 1. That might mean also seeing a dietitian or a nutritionist, whatever you have available to you in your area, where you can work in those craving/binge foods in a healthy way and find a way to eat them in your regular diet. There are a lot of different things we can do, but I would encourage you to find the help that you may need. It may just be a little bit more support in order to get you through those urges, okay? But keep fighting, because I promise it does get better. Sometimes we just need a little extra support to get us there. Question number 3. Hey Katie, I hope all is well with you. It is, thanks for asking. Here's my question. How can I have PTSD without having PTSD? My psychologist, after taking a test to test my neurotransmitters, deemed that I had PTSD characteristics without having a traumatic event, at least not one that I can remember or have been told about. However, I can't really remember my childhood, only bad memories from it. Thanks. I thought this was interesting because we talk about PTSD, and I have a video on it And for the person who asked this question, you might also want to watch my video on PTSD, so please search that on my channel. I talk about the diagnostic criteria and stuff like that, but PTSD, the trauma doesn't have to be this one big event. For many people, it is. It can be a car crash, it can be abuse, it can be witnessing someone getting harmed. It can be a number of things. Being in an earthquake, there are a ton of different things. The only thing that makes it PTSD is, did we think it was life-threatening? And if we thought our life was in danger, oftentimes that's what we can have is PTSD. But we can have it without having one big moment. It could be, like, it sounds like you don't really remember your childhood, but the bad memories, it could be just that. Or you might not have full-blown PTSD, but you have a lot of the symptoms, because many of us don't meet full criteria for one diagnosis for whatever reason, but that doesn't mean that we don't have the symptoms of it. Like many of you, when you ask, do you think I have an eating disorder? I always say, if you think you do, you probably do. Just because we don't meet all these criteria doesn't mean we don't have one. It just means within the DSM diagnostic criteria, we don't quite meet it. And I think that's kind of a bullshit. And it kind of puts us in these buckets where we feel like we don't really deserve to get help, or we don't deserve to have these symptoms. But from what you're saying, it sounds like either A, something did happen in your childhood, and our brain is really adaptable to block out all that negativity and bad stuff so we can keep moving forward and keep living. Or two, it wasn't one of those big things. It was just that you've had bad things happen over time, and your brain is responding in the way someone with PTSD would respond. If any of you have experience with this, because this is something that I haven't heard of before, other than people talking about it. I've never heard of the test when they test for neurotransmitters and finding it without you actually having it. So you can leave your comments and your experiences below, because that always helps. Now, our journal topic today is a quote, and it's from Brent. So thanks, Brent, for sharing this. And it says, change the what if statements to why nots. And I think that's perfect for the summer, because when people say, you know, do you want to go out or whatever? Don't ask why not? And I think that when we always say, like, oh, but what if something bad happens, and what if I don't like it, and what if I get there and I'm uncomfortable? But why not? It could be amazing. We don't know. So I'd like you to challenge yourself. Think of, we'll do two. We'll start with two. Two situations that you've kind of been putting off, and you don't know if you want to go, or you don't know if you want to do it. And then I want you to journal about why not. What could be great that comes out of it? I want you to focus on the positive. What could be amazing? What makes you kind of want to go? And then maybe we go. Ta-da! So have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Monday in my topic video, and Tuesday I'll be on Tumblr. So I'll see you there. Bye!